Can hear you.
New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring.
This is What's Up and Why, bringing you the bright side of life, one fun moment at a time. Brought to you by the New Thought Media Network. Please put your hands together for your hosts, Rev Casey Taylor and Miss B Lovely. Clap for us.
Yes.
Come into this Thursday, November 13th, or whichever day that you choose to stream us on YouTube or Facebook. I am Miss B Lovely.
And I am Reverend Casey Taylor. I use they, them pronouns. How you be lovely?
I be really, really good. Well, that's not even perfect English, but whatever. We're never going to do that. It's my birthday. We're going into my birthday weekend. So my birthday is next week. So I've just been feeling very great about that. The fact that, made it around another year around the sun. I'm excited for what the future may hold. And also, for some reason for me, I like to reflect on my birthday. Thank you, Clarissa, producer Clarissa, for that banner. Yeah. So for some reason, like a lot of people from what I see online, as a birthday comes up and when you're over 30, you see a lot of people online talking about, I feel like I'm getting old. I don't like it. It makes them feel sad. I get really excited around my birthday because I'm like, it's another year of life, another year of lessons. As our auntie says, she told me, you're not getting older, you're getting better. So I see it from that point of view. So really happy about that.
Yes, I think it's so healthy to celebrate things, celebrate who you are on your day of birth, as opposed to get all in your head, or when we think about it, birthdays, not getting older, getting better. Yes, that we. The whole concept of living each day as the best day ever, like my whole thing, is recognizing that we don't have to see milestones negatively. I mean, you can live a worst day ever energy, or you can live a whatever,
Yeah.
these are the things that I'm doing on my calendar. This is what I have going on. This is what I'm doing today, versus like waking up expecting the best day ever.
Yeah.
So
How you be though? How you been?
How I be? That's a really great question. I'm all like, how are you? And I'm not. I haven't. I'm like, how am I doing? I have been spending a lot of time. Speaking of reflecting, I've been spending a lot of time in silence. I I may have said this on the show, I don't recall. I deliberately did not turn on internet, um, or I don't have a TV. So I've been spending my evenings with my journal. And this morning, as while I was journaling, I know I did mention I've been doing the Making Peace, the 90-day Making Peace with Your Inner Shit Talker practice, as in the style of the artist way, where I start each day journaling on the reflection question. And in the process of my journaling this morning, I got an idea that, I mean, just I don't even know if I'm ready to talk about it yet. I was like, am I going to talk about it on the show? I called our cousin Cece. We were talking about our cousin Cece offline. I called our cousin Cece and told her about it. I'll basically say that for the last few weeks, I've been playing with social media content, really just documenting my life and putting together content in a way that that's creative, in a way that I don't normally do. And so I just had a social media idea, and I I'm excited about it. I don't really have social media ideas in general. So it's cool that I feel like my creative brain is working and that I'm excited about it.
Oh, okay. Am I? Yeah. So I'm excited for you. I know for me, like when you talked about you was journaling and then like this idea came to you, I feel like my best ideas come to me when I'm writing because you're getting all of whatever it is. It's like, blocking your creative mind out the way as you're writing. And then it gives way for, fresh ideas and stuff for whatever it is, like deep down, like if you want to create something. And that's the power of journaling. And that's why I'm like a huge champion for journaling. That's my go-to thing.
You are who put me on. I for whatever reason, I was not journaling at the time. It wasn't a practice. It wasn't a consistent practice or a conscious practice, but you hyped journaling up in a way in my life and you were like calling me out on it. You're like, "Have you journaled today?" So you helped me establish and build that practice, but the concept of the artist way of writing your 3 pages, just stream of
Yeah.
consciousness. That's the idea behind it. And so many like Ego Nuodum, I saw an interview with her. She says she does her morning pages. A lot of people, a lot of writers that I admire, this is a practice that serves to
Uh-huh.
support them. And it supported me through my taking this leap of faith of leaving LA and moving to Oklahoma back
Yeah.
in 2021. But it was really more like the starting my day consciously and just like having this awareness of this big thing that I was doing in my life all of a sudden. Where right now, not having any particular objective, just being this is how I'm going to move through this program I wrote for myself. This is going
Yeah.
to be a way that I try and move through it differently. And the fact that it's unlocking creativity within me, knowing that's the purpose of it to begin with. I love that I haven't forced it, that I didn't judge it, that I wasn't like journaling's not for me because I've never really had that experience before now. So I'm grateful to have it today.
Yeah. So for anybody who's watching at home, if you have a lot of things on your mind, I would definitely implore you to look into journaling, whether you open up the notepad app on your phone and just like jotting down like what's on your mind or going to the store and picking out your favorite journal. I find like that gets me excited about journaling too, like the whole process of finding what kind of journal matches my personality, my pen, because I love writing with my purple pen and just give it a try. Like, don't even think too hard. You don't even have to write Dear Diary or anything. Just whatever it is that comes to mind, just let the pen go from there. And you will be amazed to see, what kind of things comes out of your mind when you're just letting it flow. But speaking of, writing and everything, there are a couple of writers who are celebrating this fall with their Grammy nominations that came out last week. Who do you think is leading the nominations this year?
Oh, and I haven't read a single thing. So if I was making something up,
Mhm.
I would say my guess would be I don't even know if she's eligible. Is it Taylor Swift
So Taylor Swift is not eligible for the
for this
2026
album,
Grammys.
but from the other one?
Because she
Mhm.
missed the window. So it's going to be for the year after when that album will be up for Grammy nominations. But it's Mr. Not Like Us himself, Kendrick Lamar, of course. The Grammy darling.
All right.
He's leading the pack with how many? I think that he has he has 9 nominations. And Sabrina Carpenter, Lady Gaga, which I'm happy because I really liked Lady Gaga's Mayhem album. That was really good. Bad Bunny is also leading the pack too. They're the most nominated people of the Grammys for this upcoming ceremony. But have you heard any of Bad Bunny's songs
Of
from this
course.
week's album?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm excited to see how he's going to do with the Super Bowl. The energy he's going to have going into Super Bowl weekend, knowing that the Grammys are going to be coming up soon after and stuff. Like he has a really, really big is it a winter? Yeah, a really big winter ahead of him.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mhm. Yeah, so for Record of the Year, he's nominated Sabrina Carpenter's Man Child, Doechii, Billie Eilish, Kendrick Lamar and SZA's Luther, which was everywhere. I'm excited for that one because this is a chance for Luther Vandross to win his second Grammy, because he won his first one for Dance with My Father back in the early 2000s. But since they sampled his song, he's going to be on there for Record of the Year too.
It's ridiculous to me that Luther didn't win a Grammy until Dance with My Father. And and I feel like we kind of know he was either, I think he had passed by the time, but he
Yeah.
won that Grammy. And when the documentary, did you see the documentary? I think it's
Honey, I
called
was at the
Too Much.
screening in DC when it was at the DC Film Festival
Yes,
and
I love
cried like a
that.
baby at the end of that documentary. It was so good.
Yeah, so I think they said something about how he was in the hospital when the Grammy nominations came out. So it's one of those things like you know, I it's like, do we want to talk about that? Because in What's Up and Why, we talk about the brighter side of life, but I appreciate that we'll dive into the darkness a little bit because I think it's a big deal that Kendrick. Thank you for putting me on this, giving me this information. It's a big deal that in this year of all years, where 300,000 Black women lost their jobs this year due to the shift in racism, due to these changes in policies of eliminating DEI programs and the combination, the reasons people are giving for why they are laying black people off en masse all of a sudden. Um, so it's just a really big deal in this era that Kendrick Lamar is leading the pack in breaking records in Grammy nominations when Luther should have been one for The Power of Love. Come on now. Come on
He
now.
has so
These
many
songs
great
could stand the test
songs.
of
Like
time.
when it comes to music, I think Luther Vandross, when it comes from male vocalists, is Luther Vandross. He is the voice. Luther, that's it. Through all of his artistry and like with his documentary, they was explaining how like he really, really wanted a Grammy, and it would hurt him when he would put, his heart and his soul into singing and everything and wouldn't be nominated. But when you look back, there's a whole lot of great vocalists who don't have a lot of Grammys. Celine Dion, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, a lot of people who are powerhouse vocalists, beautiful voices who don't have a lot of Grammys. But I'm happy for Luther, but I also believe his fans, people who really know him, know like the Grammys don't really define Luther. He's still the voice.
Absolutely. And what I was thinking about when you were talking about Mariah, I thought about how she didn't get an MTV Music Award until just now. When you think about the numbers in the 90s, I didn't process the MTV Music Awards didn't come about until when I was in my late teens, so I wasn't really
Yeah.
paying attention like that. But just really, really ridiculous that just now in 2025, Mariah is getting her very first Moon Man. And it reminds me of how I saw something about how Mariah was not submitting for Grammy nominations, and I realized it was misinformation, right? And so as I'm thinking about like the era of misinformation and AI, I'm remembering that you had some thoughts about AI that you wanted to chat about.
Yeah, so two things. First thing that's new, there's a new AI generated country song that is topping the charts. It's called Walk My Walk by Breaking Rust. It's number 1 on the Billboard Country Digital Sales Chart. And I don't know how there's this conversation I'm seeing a lot of people talk about, like on threads and on Twitter, about how okay, you have these AI artists, because there's also this R&B artist. I cannot remember her name, but I know Gayle King sat down with the woman who created the AI artist. And for that one, the woman says like the songs are from her. Like that woman, she's an actual writer. So she uses her personal poems, put it into one of those platforms and tells it, use this song. And she even showed on CBS this morning how she created the music. Make an R&B song with this type of drums, this type of beat, this type of melody. And she went through each one and was picking which one she would like. So she considers herself the artist. She says like that's an extension of herself. But as we go into this territory where we're leaning more on artificial intelligence, I feel like when it comes to creative spaces, something when it comes to making art, when it comes to making music, which is a form of art, I feel like that should be left for humans, because one thing that technology cannot create or emulate is emotion. And when it comes to music, you can feel when an artist is, putting their heart into the music, because you can feel the emotion that it's invoking inside of you when you're listening to it. And I don't know, for me, it's a no for me for AI when it comes to, creating stuff, when it comes to art and music and stuff. I feel like that should be left for us who are creators.
Well, my way of looking at it is don't consume it. If you don't like it, don't consume it.
Yeah.
The way that I honestly feel like the music industry has gotten to a place where the kinds of music that are mainstream kind of might as well be AI, kind of might as well be a formula. But it's about what we consume. And it's just kind of like, personally, I'm not a big fan of Walmart. And I made the decision like yesterday, I needed some pharmacy items. And Walmart has pharmacy items for much, much cheaper than Walgreens, CVS. And I was like, I don't like Walmart's politics, but I also don't like paying double for
Yeah.
their flu. And so made the decision yesterday, like, to be uncharacteristic. And while I was in Walmart, I was getting all kinds of things I don't ever get. Because I never go to Walmart, and got like, Impossible meat for like $7, and it's like 11 at Sprout. So it's just like, okay, I never come here. Let me just go and let this be the one time I get these items.
Like, let me go all in
for less money. They had some diet cream soda. I've never even seen that anywhere else in the city. So just like I really went in last night. But so it's just like I make this decision. Like, generally, I don't like to give Walmart my money. This one day out of 2025, I gave them 56 of my dollars for some zero sugar cream soda and whatever else, and my Impossible meat. But like, it's just like I say, it's like put your dollar where it is. Like, people put their money into all kinds of organizations, businesses, AI generated content. Like, y'all do y'all. I'm gonna be over here doing me, giving my money to Sprouts, and
You
grateful
said
that
it ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm gonna do me. You guys do y'all. I understand that, but I also feel like, there needs to be some type of protections in place, because let's say, these in the music industry, it's all about the dollar bill at the end of the day. And these businesses start saying, maybe we could save more money by investing in AI artists instead of actual physical artists. And I'm just thinking, just the future of music and artistry as a whole. Like, I
that's
get what you're saying, but then I'm also like, have we forgotten the movie I, Robot from the early 2000s?
I
What
mean,
happens when we rely too much on
what you were
technology?
what you're talking about is what the unions are for. The reason there was an actor strike was to prevent this from happening. SAG required in the language and the rules of the ways of operating that they would not use AI actors. And
But
the
there's an
writers,
AI actress out now that's like booking action roles and stuff.
which is why 2025, that was the union fight. The unions, the Writers Guild also got into it with Hollywood. And you remember, we didn't have like a year worth of content because
Yeah.
the Writers Guild was not producing over that particular requirement of
Yeah.
requiring the studios not to use AI generated content as for writing. So the unions have the authority, the opportunity to make these demands upon the industry, and it's really up to them to stand up for themselves. And I don't know, like, ASCAP, or like, I don't really know what the union situation is, because
For
I didn't work in
musicians and
music.
stuff.
Yeah, I didn't work in music like I worked in entertainment, but like I worked in TV and film, and in TV and film, they had this fight in advance to make sure that the creatives got the credit, got their credit.
Yeah. So speaking of giving people their credit, I want to give a shout out to our awesome producer Clarissa. Tilly Norwood is the AI actor that I was referring to. But we're gonna see. I feel like we're gonna see more of like these AI songs, AI actors and stuff. May even see AI movies, because going on social media now, I even see AI videos now. And because I've like studied and like read and stuff like AI and tech stuff, I can tell like, okay, this is AI generated, this ain't real, but I'm just worried for like, let's say the seniors. It's gonna be so easy to manipulate them and to like, scam them and stuff. I'm just thinking the darker side of, leaning into this type of technology.
And just because you know the difference today doesn't mean that you'll know the difference tomorrow
Exactly,
or
because it's
next
ever
week.
evolving.
It is ever evolving. Our producer says AI slop is so prevalent on social media because it's effective at driving ad revenue. So like yes, this is what this all comes down to is capitalism. And I'm just going to say I've really been in my solitude over the course and sitting in my silence. I've been thinking about how spirit has always been bigger than driving ad revenue. That despite the fact that our culture has been defined and created by capitalism, and in capitalism a lot of our social norms and institutions are designed with capitalism in mind and at the forefront, that the presence of light and love of spirit has always superseded everything. So that's what always, this is how I'm able to live each day as the best day ever, of focusing on the brighter side of life one fun moment at a time, is recognizing that spirit is bigger than technology, it's bigger than cultural shifts, that it is the underlying building blocks of the allness of life itself.
Okay, so let's jump into this next topic, which I'm sure is going to keep that smile on your face. Rolling Stone this week came out with this new tidbit, some tea. A rare piece of Mariah Carey lore is coming up for auction next month. It is Mariah Carey's demo tape. It has all the lambs in the land talking that I've been seeing online. It's being released by producer Arthur Baker, who says that he was at an industry party in like the late 80s, early 90s, with Brenda K. Starr. Tommy Mottola was there. It was I can't remember the name of the what was it called? The label that Tommy was a part of, because it was
Sony.
acronyms from no,
Oh,
yes, but it
was it Columbia?
yeah, it was with Columbia, and when he was with these other guys, like it has their names, their initials, and I can't remember the name of it.
Okay.
But she was at that party. It was the party where Mariah met Tommy Mottola. So he says, this producer says that Brenda K. Starr introduced him to Mariah, gave her she gave him her demo, and at the same time, that's also the same night that she also gave it to Tommy Mottola. And this guy says like he went to the studio with Brenda K. Starr and Mariah Carey that night, listened to the first 3 tracks on her demo, and said, we have a star. He said that he spoke with the record label and was working to try to get a deal with her, but Sony and Tony and Sony had already scooped up Mariah by that time. But he says that he is selling this demo because he wants to use it for proceeds for this documentary that he's making. But it has a lot of the fans talking. I'm personally excited because she's always talking about how like she can't release anything from her demo, and like she doesn't have all the pieces and stuff. So I'm wondering if Mariah's gonna try to get it for during this auction next month.
Mm, we gonna see. We are gonna see for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So anything else that you wanted to add?
About the debt. I mean,
I mean, in general.
I would love, since we have a couple minutes left, and I'm gonna tell you now, I'm gonna love to ask you to pray us out like I did last week. So seed planted. I would love to chat about the day that I'm in on the making peace with your shit talker practice. The section, it's broken up into different sections, and this section that I just started today is called body shit. And it's about loving your body. The question is, the reflection question for day 38, 39, something like that, is, do you love your body? And that's what I journaled on for 3 pages today, was how grateful. Maybe this is again why I'm in a great mood. I'm both like creative and really started my day reflecting on how much I love my body, on how grateful that I am that all of my five senses are working, that I am fully able-bodied, and that I'm somebody that when I think about loving my body, that's what comes to my mind. I'm not necessarily the weight that I would prefer, but I also really enjoy this life of cookies and veganism that I'm eating. So like I like that I don't count calories, that I do the best that I can to make healthy choices. And I'm glad that I love my body. So it was nice to start my day celebrating my body. So I'd love to hear from you, Be Lovely. How do you feel about your body? Do you love your body?
I absolutely do love my body, and taking care of it is something that's really important to me.
Yay. I love that.
Mhm.
So what do you think about praying out? Do you want to are you
Yeah, I can
you
pray us out.
yeah, yeah. All
Yeah.
right.
Hmm.
Let's do it.
All right. So as we lean into whatever mode we want to get in for prayer, this has been a really great day. I'm feeling good vibes. I hope that everybody else is on some good vibes, and that, man, why am I being so weird with prayer today? I'm sorry. Let me not even judge myself, because, prayer is just a conversation with the creator, and you can just be yourself. So, whatever it is that you're going through, whatever it is that you're thinking of, just know that in the end, everything always works out the way how it's meant to be. And that no matter what the season is that we are in, we are going through the season. We are not stuck in any season. We are always evolving, always changing, always learning, always growing. Amen.
Amen. And so it is. I love that you noted how you were feeling in prayer and then shifted. Our theme today is I won't allow it. And you're like, nah, I will not allow whatever is getting in the way of this prayer to get in the way. I'm gonna get out of the way and let it out. Thank you.
Exactly. So I was like, you know what? There's no right or wrong way to pray. You just pray, okay? Like, that was my inner shit talker that was trying to be on my neck and judge me and stop me from praying. It was like, I won't allow
I won't allow it.
it.
Yes.
Yes.
That is from Mariah's latest album, Here for It All. Thank you all for joining us for an episode of What's Up and Why. My name is Reverend Casey Taylor, and I use they, them pronouns.
And I am Be Lovely. It's been a pleasure. We'll see you here, same time, same place next week.
Have the best week ever.